Do you want to hear a little bit of Brad Treliving and Pierre LeBrun? Because they talked.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So a lot of people are wondering about what the Leafs will do with the rust. They have a lot of bodies, right? And I mentioned two of them earlier. Kampf and Yarncroke are guys that we kind of thought were gone.
They have
They're still
at
here.
least 15 forwards, yeah.
He said, Pierre LeBrun asked him about it, and he said, Brad said, if you can find a way to make yourself better, I think you do that all the time, leading up to camp, throughout camp. At this stage, we'll probably go into camp as we are right now, but who knows, right? We'll continue to look. We have a lot of bodies right now. We do have some cap space. We want to see how things play out, at least getting into camp. And then you got 3 weeks before the real bullets start flying. But yeah, we certainly continue to look at whether there's a way to help us. So then he follows that up with, and this is interesting. We got a couple of young guys that will make it interesting to see where they're at, especially with, and the first name out of his mouth is Easton Cowan. Mm-hmm. The second name is Matthias Michelli, which was, I think, if he turns into what he was 2 years ago, is a nice pickup.
Of course.
And Dakota Joshua. And he also mentioned Nick Roy as well, or Nick Waugh. Dakota Joshua and Matthias Michelli both needing to come back. But Easton Cowan being the first guy is interesting to me because I do wonder what they're looking at there. Like, are they really thinking that this is a guy that could make the jump to the NHL this season? Or do you go, no, you got to go to the AHL. We have 15 NHL forwards.
I think he's gonna have every opportunity. Listen. You don't give away spots in the NHL, and you definitely don't give them away when you won your division last year. You make it hard. Make it hard for the kid. If he has a preseason like he did 2 years ago, he might make the damn team. Mm-hmm. If he had a preseason like he did last year, he's not going to come close to making the team, and he'll be sent down to the Marlies in short order. And both are good results. If he earns the spot on the team, he earns the spot on the team authentically. And if he goes down to the minor leagues, that's what they're for. You develop a guy. I don't think there's a bad scenario with Easton Cowan.
I like that. Now, the more interesting one is the Anthony Stolarz extension. And I want to hear both of you on this one. We've certainly explored some things with Anthony and his representative, and we'd love to find a way to get something done. If there's something that both sides are comfortable with, we'll look at it. And we've been in those discussions for some time right now. We'll see what's coming in, or what the coming days bring. So does that say to you, Jesse, you've talked to Brad. You're the only one on this show that's talked to him direct.
Okay.
I've never had a chat with Brad Treliving. I don't think Steve has either. So you've talked to him face to face. Steve, stop it.
I don't know.
What is Brad saying with that? When he says, and we've been in those discussions for some time right now, we'll see what is in the coming, or what the coming days bring.
All right.
Is that him going, there could be something on the way, or is that him going, we're nowhere fucking close?
I think if you look to how Brad Treliving has done business, there is a history there of locking guys up before they do the thing. You know, so Anthony Stolarz this season, it's a wait and see because he only still has less than 100 career starts as a starter in the NHL. It's not a lot. Last year was his first full season as an NHL starter, and he didn't even make it through that season. Mm-hmm. So this season, once again, full-time starter, he could go out there, start 50 games, have a .950 save percentage, and all of a sudden his number's 8 million. And Brad Treliving does have a history of, hey, I'm going to lock him up for 3 years here at something like 4 million or 5 million or whatever that number is before he peaks at his best. So I think they're looking at that right now as we can lock him up before he has the season where he really takes off.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing Brad Treliving does. So I think they're in serious discussions of we're going to do this now just in case he has another all-star year.
He's 31, going to turn 32 in January. And he's at 142 career games with a career high of 34 games played last year.
Okay, so you said 142. I was a little off.
Well, yeah, but you said starts.
Yeah.
So who knows how many of those were starts? Mm-hmm. The amount of times he's been over 20 games is 3.
Yeah, that career high of 32 starts last year. That's the key right there for the Leafs.
He just played back-to-back 20-plus game seasons for the first time.
If we're going to pay you those millions that you want, we have to know you're our starting goaltender. And because they have... Oh, go ahead.
He's only started 116 of those 140
There you
games.
go. Yeah, 116 starts. It's not a lot. There isn't a lot of history here with Stolarz going year in, year out as number one. So they do have Joseph Woll locked up for 3 years now at 3.6, which is a great number. but you're not going to pay Stolarz a whole bunch because you have that assurance. You're not going to pay him a whole bunch of money up front because you have a backup there. So you got to find a middle ground there. It's about the wait and see game, or pay him early so you get the number cheaper.
You got to think that that's a 4-year deal, right?
At 31, take him to 35.
Well,
That's what 36, right? Because it wouldn't start till next season.
Right, yeah.
this is not going to happen, but under the new rules, you can still sign an 8-year deal up to, what is it, September 15th?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say he's signing an 8-year deal.
Well, if you sign an 8-year deal, bring that AAV down.
I mean,
Why
it
not?
definitely would.
And you can do those bonuses, can't you? That's not implemented yet.
I don't even know. Yeah, you could, in theory. It'd be interesting. It's a potential. I don't think they're going to do it, but it's something to keep an eye on over the next week or two. I have no idea what his number would be.
Well, and if what our previous segment is to be believed, it might actually be beneficial for you to have 2 goalies in the playoffs that are making multiple millions, so you can scratch one of them.
It's
Right?
nuts, right?
It's kind of not. And I look at so one of the best goaltending tandems, if healthy in the league, I think is Vancouver. If Demko is healthy, I love Lankinen. I think so many teams missed the boat on that guy, and he waited and he waited and we waited till camp last year, and then he was looking for teams that he's going to get the opportunity in. And look at what I think he had $25 million or whatever, 5-year 25 or something.
That sounds right.
I think if that tandem's healthy, that's a great tandem.
I think like that number 2 is in the ballpark of Stolarz, right?
I would
5
think
times
so.
25 or 5 times 5.
Because there's a guy that wasn't really proven. He'd played well in Nashville and wherever else he'd played before. But let's have a look at Kevin Lincoln here.
And that the $2.5 million that Stolarz is making this current season is the highest amount of money he's made in his career.
Damn.
The deal before with Florida was $1.1 million, and everything before that was less than $1 million. He's 31 years old. There isn't like a lot of track record. To pay him
Kevin
on.
Lankinen, 163 games total, 150 started before he signed that deal. So he has better numbers than Stolarz did.
And he's 30.
Yeah, 30.
And age 30. To me, that's the direct comparable.
Yeah.
But if you're Anthony Stolarz, do you want to sign that deal now? I think you do. Because Anthony Stolarz has injury history, and it's significant. And I think you do want to get that deal done, so then you're like, at least my family's taken care of.
I would like term.
Do you know your pressure points in your neck?
No, if I did know them, my neck wouldn't suck. What are they?
I think Treliving right now, his pressure point on Anthony Stolarz is the injury history. And he's
100.
saying, lock this thing up so that you have assurances for you and your family and all the millions of dollars you can make. Because if you go into the season, you get injured again, nobody's paying you $7 million to play goaltender because you can't be trusted. But Anthony Stolarz might want to bet on himself and say, if I go out there and I'm a number 1 starter for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I have a $7 million contract from the Edmonton Oilers waiting for me, like I'm Jack Campbell.
It's true. Wow.
Oh.
And he can go back there because he was an Oiler. Oiler draft pick, I think. The Leafs, I was going to say their leverage is, well, we could always just go with Woll. But, listen, I love Woll. I think he's good, and I think he's going to get better. Stolarz was fucking unbelievable.
I think that is leverage in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think the playoffs are his leverage. Because what happened, one of the things that Anthony Stolarz did that Joe Woll does not do, and I hope he worked on this summer, was handle the puck. The Leafs defense
what a
got
difference.
fucking hammered.
What a difference.
When Stolarz went out, because Woll can't stop it and clear it the same way that Stolarz can.
Yeah.
I guess you guys are lower on Joe Woll than I am.
I love him. I love him. I love him, but I think that I think he is younger and therefore has less development time than Anthony Stolarz. I think Anthony Stolarz is, when healthy, a complete NHL goalie.
I tried to talk myself into, Stolarz, because of his numbers and the lack of games played in his career, maybe he signs a deal similar to Woll's. And no, that's Cope. Woll was an RFA when he signed that deal. The Lankinen deal actually kind of sounds reasonable. It sounds like that could be.
And I don't hate for the next 3 years after, or I guess 2 years after this one, because this is the first year of Woll's contract.
Yeah.
If you have $8 million roughly,
Yeah.
$8.5 million signed up in your goaltending, that's next year's cap, that's less than 10%. That's amazing.
Here's
That's a really good position to put yourself in.
the big difference is Lankinen's played over 30 games 3 times, and he played 51 last year.
Yeah.
Stolarz has never come close.
Well, then there's your reference point. So Stolarz is going to say, well, look at what happened in the playoffs.
yeah,
No disrespect to Joe Woll, who was very, very good.
he was the only reason the Bruins series wasn't like a sweep.
Yeah,
in
100%.
2024.
Listen, Ilya Samsonov would have been the reason it was a sweep. The way he played. But I look at that. If you're Brad and you're looking, well, we pay you for the regular season. And if we take your closest comparable, and let's say in this case Lankinen is one of them, you've never got close to 40 games.
Yeah, he's a really difficult one to pin down.
So what if it's 4.5 over 4?
Gimme. All day, gimme.
I'm Stolarz. I say no.
Okay, the cap's gone.
Oh, I was saying as a fan.
Okay, as
Oh,
a fan.
yeah.
Okay, what
Yeah,
about
it's like-
5 million over 4? Let's say it's a 4-year deal. I'm just going to say 4.
Yeah.
5
And
million.
I think that's a right around where it would get done on both sides.
Okay,
Pretty damn good deal
Yeah.
for a goalie who has not played
For everybody involved, I think that's pretty good.
5.5 over 4.
Pushing it.
Yes, getting up there.
6 over 4.
Oh,
Wow. All right. Okay. Interesting. I just want to know I wanted to check the temperature. That's
It's not
so
bad.
good.
He has been so good
It's,
when he's playing.
unreal.
Yeah.
He's in dating back to Florida too, where I was like 908. What the? I'm looking at Kevin Lincoln. In Florida, he was a 925 in 27 games. He comes to Toronto, he's a 926 in 34 games. He was 16-7-2, and then he was 21-8-3. The guy didn't lose.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Adam, you talk about like being around the team and that sort of stuff. One thing, I don't know if you guys picked it up through some of the scrums and that sort of stuff, but they always talk about how much of a screamer he is in net.
Yeah.
And how he commands the ice when he's in net, and they love it. They love it because he's adding direction to the play and to what everybody should be doing, just like a quarterback would in a huddle or when he's on the field and calling things out. Like, he's telling guys, you should be in this position, get back here. He's very demanding when he's on the ice, and I think it adds to what they're doing overall as a team. And I think Berube loves it too.
So the Leafs playoff or the Leafs play kink is that they love to be dominated. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't think you needed to bring it there.
But I feel like that's
I don't
a
know.
fair comparable. He's team daddy,
Damn.
right?
I mean-
he's goalie daddy.
Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes
Yell at me, daddy.
you're like, here it is, Steve, knock it out of the park. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this ball. I'm afraid of this ball.
Stolarz has been fantastic when he's healthy.
Yep.
And there's no denying that. The numbers are all there. His attitude's there. Guys love him. The Leafs love him. So I think they get it done. It's just a matter of, are we comfy with the number?